The whole of yesterday, I was in Ashanti region. We did about 10 constituencies in Ashanti region. Generally, the turnout was very low. We are recording very low numbers, somewhere 5, 6, 8. The only place that we saw some numbers was in Nigeria, Seshidumase constituency, where we saw some 68, 60 and all those things. And this morning, we just entered the same region on our way to Accra. I'm in the Aboka South constituency, Siakwa to be precise. We also had information that there is some unusual movement of people in the Siakwa Methodist registration centers. So I came here. Well, apparently, when I came and checked out, they've registered about 50 people. And appears to be a number of people. And the information we're getting is that our opponents were busing underage people. So I've come to meet the election director and some of the executives of Oboka South. And we try to reinforce the police station and to ensure that at least we respect the rules of the game by ensuring that those who are registering are people who are of age and are eligible to be registered. And so we'll continue with the monitoring. I'll do some few others in Oboka South, continue through Sumu and then Samom and get to Accra. Generally, our impression is that the exercise has been smooth, with the exception of pockets of violence that has been registered in some places. Indeed, yesterday I was in the Seshidumase to visit the MP who was assaulted in one of the when he was going rounds. His condition is okay, and we visited a number of constituencies and we believe that the situation is stabilized. So we are hoping that this last day will be very peaceful and that there will be no challenges, so that at the end of the day we all will be working towards a peaceful elections, because violence in a registration and election is not an option that we want to accept. We believe that we must play to the rules of the game. By the end of tomorrow, our national officers are all over the regions, and the regional teams are all over the constituencies. Nobody is in Accra now as I speak to you. So we'll be able to compile the results and the report from the various regions, and we'll be able to give our overall assessment of the situation. As of now, I will say that where I have gone, I'm satisfied with what I'm seeing. But I believe that it is only when we put all the processes together that we'll be able to give a final assessment. Our greatest worry has been the use of state security agencies and so-called national security people to intimidate and harass people. We were in Asujaman, for instance, and in one polling station, which is regarded, registration center, which is regarded as the NDC stronghold, we had as many as about 6 security personnel. When we went to Ashanti region, in some places when you go, you have only one person. You don't even have 2 people there. When you have about 2 or 3 police. I am here, for instance, in the Oboka South. I haven't seen any police officer here. I stand to be corrected. You are a journalist. These are 2 major registration centers. There's not a single, police or, security agency here. So we ask that the IGP and his people and the Electoral Commission must be even-handed. They must not be selective in the application of the deployment of security forces. Why is it that in Oboka South constituency, which is a Kufado's constituency, we are in polling stations where there are no security officers, even to protect the electoral officers and other party agents who are working here? This morning I am here because I had report that our agents were being subjected to threat and intimidation. That is why I have come here. And I believe that coming to see a situation where there is not a single police officer or security person to even protect the RO and his officials is something that is unacceptable. Why have you deployed about 6 to 8 military, police and other security agencies to one police station in Sojaman, and then we are here and there is no security officer here? That is not fair. And we want our security agencies to discharge their responsibility with professionalism, and to assure all and sundry that they are going to be neutral in the, in the discharge of their professional security duties. That is a very big source of concern for all of us. If this is happening, will it happen on election day? When you go to places, you have security there, and you go to places there are no security. That is unacceptable. The message for our party members is that I want to commend our party executives across the length and breadth of the country for the determination, commitment, and dedication that they have shown. Yesterday, even in the night when Kwabri East, moving with some of the executives, very, very poised to help the NDC to ensure that this exercise ends successfully and win the election. It has been very difficult. Several of our people have been maimed, some of them have been beaten, some of them have been injured, some of them have been hospitalized. My sympathy and my thoughts and prayer goes with them. I pray that they, for a speedy recovery of whatever injuries that they have suffered. But to call on the security agencies that where such incidents have taken place, they must thoroughly investigate them and bring the culprits to book. Because you see, if you do not do this to set as an example, or people will feel that way, we can perpetrate whatever violence you want to perpetrate and go away with it. We are not a lawless country. We are a country that is governed by the rules of law, the rule of law. So if we believe in the democratic tenet and the principle of rule of law, then the application of the law to all and sundry without discrimination is the order of the day, that nobody is above the law. And so if people have beaten, maimed other people, the security agencies must investigate and bring them to book. That is what we are looking for in a country called Ghana, which is a torchbearer of democracy in Africa. We cannot slip into the abyss the way we are going, where the country is being virtually look like a country where there is no rule of law, but rule of men. Our democracy is not about rule of men, it's about rule of law. And so the law must take precedence over any personal parochial interest that anybody has.